And we're live. Welcome to the Raw Dogs Podcast, where we teach you how to level up in every single area of manhood that you can think of.
I'm talking dating, fitness, finances, fighting, everything you need to crush it as a man.
I'm Chris.
I'm TJ.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. Obviously, this is our first pod, so welcome. Welcome to the Raw Dogs Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the harsh reality for men, mainly because this is a podcast for men. If ladies are here, great. Happy to have you, right? Glad to have you guys. But we're going to be talking about harsh truths for men today. T, what do we got for number one?
The modern dating market isn't broken. Most men just aren't qualified to compete.
That's a fact.
Women want the top 10%. If you're not him, you are invisible.
That's true. I would say too that there's average women out there. So like if you're an average man, you're going to find an average woman that's she's willing to match you. So obviously if you're here, you're trying to become an above average guy just like us. So I mean that's part of it too. But yeah, pretty much the math is pretty simple. If you want an above average woman, you need to be above average yourself. Right? There's no room for mistake there. Period. What do you think?
Yeah. Women wait at the finish line.
That's true. That's true. They bet on men, no doubt. You can see that in your relationships too. Your woman wants you for a reason. If you have a girlfriend, a wife, whatever it may be, she wants you for a reason. You're there for a reason. Okay? That kind of, we're going to get into this, but that kind of love is conditional for sure. She's not there for no reason, right? Make no mistake. She's there because you're taking care of her. She's there because you're fit. Something along those lines. She's not there for no reason. In fact, you could do a test. I asked my girl one time, would you date me if I was fat? And she straight up said no. So,
Don't be fat.
Don't fucking be fat. That would be a mistake.
Yeah.
And if you are fat, you need to fix it immediately.
Fix it.
Why?
Because it's a direct reflection of your character.
Facts.
People can see it.
True.
People can see that you sit on the couch and whack. Oh, you aggressively eat those.
If you're fat, people can tell that you whack aggressively and eat cheese.
Yeah. People can visibly see that.
Yep. They can imagine it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
Yeah.
That's what women see. That's why
that goes
no women talk to you.
Right. And that goes for being skinny too. I was a skinny bastard. Still kind of am. I'd like to be above 200, so I'm getting there. But I used to be, you saw pictures of me in high school. How skinny was I?
About like that.
Oh my God. It must have been 130?
Yeah.
125, maybe. Mind you, at 5'10", 5'11", so it's skinny. If you're, 5'11", 5'10", at 120, 130, that's really skinny. That goes for being slim as well. If you're a slim dude, you need to put on muscle immediately, because all people see you. In fact,
they don't see you.
They don't see
you're invisible.
That's exactly what I was about to say. They don't even see you if you're slim. So make no mistake, being too fat and being too skinny are basically the same thing. You're just not summing up to what your potential is and what you could be.
You're giving out a below average first impression.
Right.
Immediately. There's not anything you can do before you even open your mouth.
Yeah. And there's men out there beating you. For real. There's men out there beating you at first base. First base is like, hey, what's this guy look like? I'm going to rate this dude 1 to 10. Am I even going to talk to him? And I was that guy that nobody wanted to talk to because I was too skinny. Straight up. And everything changed whenever I started focusing on my appearance, my first impression, who I am as a man, my habits, and what my build is like. I mean, something as simple as what your body looks like can change the entire game.
Change your mind too.
Yeah,
Change
precisely.
how you look at yourself. Which brings me to our next point. Looks get you in the door. Status keeps you in the room.
Ooh.
Fitness levels up your status. What are some other? So I'll read this.
Right.
She'll swipe for your face, but she'll stay for your lifestyle.
Oh my. That's, I mean, that's too true. Let's go the opposite side. She swiped for your face and then she didn't stay for your lifestyle. Right? What does that mean? Because that's probably where a lot of you guys are at and where I was at and where T was at one point. Right? You know, you look good. So let's say you did get in shape, but your room's a fucking mess. You whack
A lot.
too much. You eat Cheetos. You eat bullshit. You don't take care of yourself as far as hygiene goes. I've seen a lot of jacked guys that have nasty breath. They're dirty. They don't keep up with themselves, and it's gross, boys. It's fucking sick. If you're jacked and you look gross, she's not sticking around. Try to decide if I want to tell this story.
Tell it.
Might as well. I have a friend. No name drops. I won't name drop here. I have a friend. She had a guy that she got with, and this is today, actually. She told me this story. You're just finding out about this because I was going to tell you about this. She had a guy that she was friends with for a while, right? And what does it mean if a guy is friends with a girl? I mean, yeah, right. So he finally gets it, okay? And she said she was giving him a massage after, and after she was done giving the massage, she sees shit on this guy's on the top of this guy's ass crack, crusties, shit crusties, and she blocked him right there.
Which brings us to our sponsor, Hello Tushy. None so we don't have a sponsor yet, but
Soon to be.
if you're watching, hit us up.
Hit us up. Anyway, guys, as funny as that story is, as fucked up as that story is, it's exactly what we're talking about. Imagine if that guy had actually cleaned his asshole that day. What would have happened?
He'd still have him a nice lady
A nice
and
lady.
friend.
Yes, a nice lady friend doing nice
Things.
things. Nice human activities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he'd have a nice time.
right. And all because he decided to go halfway on his wipe that day. She was no longer around.
No half wipes around here.
No half wipes. And
I'm that half wipe motherfucker.
right. And as funny as that is, you should not be halfway on who you are as a person as far as hygiene and the rest of your lifestyle goes. You need to be 10 out of 10 at all times, or at least trying to be, and trying to be very detail oriented about who you are as a man. Because if you're not, she's not going to stick around. She's going to swipe for your face, and then she's going to leave because of your lifestyle, because you're undisciplined. You don't have good habits, which means that you're not the guy she's going to bet on. You're not going to win in the end, is how she sees that. You're just a pretty boy that doesn't wipe his ass.
Yeah. Wipe your ass.
Moral of the story.
Yeah. Next one. Women say they want nice guys, but they'll leave him for a bad boy. The second he stops being exciting. Oh. Your head's happened.
It's okay.
The second he stops being exciting, she leaves for the bad boy.
Right. You should break this one down. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I kind of got the last one. You should break this one down.
They say they want nice guys, but you can't be nice to them because it's not what they want.
What happens if you are nice to them?
Then they're gonna walk all over you like a doormat.
Yeah, what does that look like? Because I imagine some of the guys out here have girls, the guys that are watching, have girlfriends, and they don't feel like they're leading the relationship in the way that they should. So what does that look like in real time for some of these guys? If they're thinking about it.
Depends on the situation,
Yeah, but I think yeah, true.
but
And yeah,
you got to be assertive. That's what it comes down to.
yeah,
You can't be agreeable. Like too agreeable
right.
is a
And
man
yeah,
relationship.
I
You have to lead and tell her what to do.
yeah. I really do think that's what most women want. And I think that if she's getting upset with you about the fact that you're being disagreeable and you're being abrasive whenever she wants to do something, you say, no, we're going to do this. Or she's being abrasive when you try to lead the relationship in general. That's a shit test. She's testing you to see if you're sound and if you have any kind of backbone whatsoever. And I can attest to this on multiple occasions. I mean, I got out of a relationship and was completely destroyed because I didn't have a backbone. And I've been on the side where I'm in a relationship and then I had a backbone and it's completely, I mean, it's completely different. So you guys need to remember that to dominate the relationship is not a bad thing. If you're a man, it's not a bad thing at all. I will say this though, and I kind of want your opinion on this. I've seen it the other way around. Where like and I'm not saying I advocate for this, and maybe it's because I'm not this guy, but I've seen it the other way around where a man takes on the feminine role, which I think is weird, but to each their own. And then the woman takes on the masculine role, and it actually works out pretty good.
I'd have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, I do think there's a masculine and feminine energy, the way of the superior man, right? You remember this?
Yeah.
So there's a masculine energy, a feminine energy, and somebody has to have either the masculine or the feminine, and the other has to have the opposing in order to create that sexual tension, or rather that romantic tension. And if you don't have that in your life, that's what's missing. Is there's not that polarity. Because that's the key to having romantic magnetic love is that polarization of masculine, feminine. If you don't have that, and I imagine most of you guys want to be dominant in the relationship, you're not going to turn her on whatsoever. It's just going to be, oh, this guy's nice. Let me go find a dickhead that actually has a backbone. Right. Let me feed onto that like a little bit. Like if you're the nice guy, she's going.
If you're not the leader in the relationship, you're just another child that she has the parent.
Mm. Yeah, it turns into a mother son
Yeah.
type thing,
Yeah.
which is weird. Which I think is weird to say off rip. But do you want a mother-son relationship where she's taking care of you like you're her you're her baby boy? Or do you want a father-daughter relationship where she looks at you with the same energy that she looked at her dad with? Like, okay, that guy's gonna protect me. That guy's gonna provide. That guy's gonna give. Like, which one do you want? Do you want to be taken care of, or do you want to be the one that's taking care of her?
Right.
Yeah.
Lead the relationship.
Right.
Bottom line.
Yeah. Bottom line, lead the relationship. What's our next point? You didn't have the number? What was the number on?
A woman's love is conditional on your success, your ambition and your ability to protect her. If you fail, her love fades.
Yeah. Well, it kind of goes back to what we were saying before. You need to be a high value man, or else she's going to find a guy that she can bet on. So, I mean, that one's pretty short, but essentially, you need to focus on all areas of your manhood, which, if you're here, you are. So, stick around and keep watching because we're going to show you how to level up in all of our upcoming episodes, which are coming out weekly. So, stick around for that. Every woman wants the man that other women want. What does that mean, T?
If she feels no competition, she won't value you.
Yeah, I like that. Say that one more time.
If she feels no competition, she won't value you.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to be the man that many women want. Otherwise, you have no power.
You want to tell the story?
The story.
2 girls, 1 apartment.
No.
Come on, tell it. I told mine. Go. Tell it. Just don't name drop and it'll be fine. Don't name drop. Just tell the story.
Bottom line, you need multiple women interested in you.
We're going to save that story for another time.
Yep.
Sure. Next point. Men fall in love with the woman's beauty. Women fall in love with the man's power.
So stop crying about it and become powerful.
Yeah, what does it mean to cry about it?
That's how the world is. That's how the world works.
Yeah.
So you gotta level up.
Yeah. Let's break that down. Men fall in love with a woman's beauty. A woman falls in love with a man's power. So women are born with intrinsic value. Is how that goes. Women are born with intrinsic value. Men have to build their value from the bottom up. What that means is you have to show that you have power, not over the rest of the world, but over yourself first. So if you don't have power over yourself, let's get something straight. If you don't have power over yourself, you definitely don't have power over anything else. So if your habits are fucked and your discipline is fucked, and you clearly don't have any discipline over yourself, meaning you don't work out, you don't keep a clean space, you don't organize your day, right? You obviously have no chance at being powerful in whatever business you're in the relationships that you're in, or anything else in your life for that matter. So essentially, women are born with intrinsic value, assuming they're beautiful by society standards. And if you're a man, you have to build from the ground up, whether you're a pretty boy or not. So, I mean, that's just the hard truth. So get down to it and start building that power up. The higher your value, the more options you have and the less you need to settle for her nonsense. That's our 9th point. Our one before the last. So let's break that down, T. The higher your value, the more options you have and the less you need to settle for her nonsense.
If you got options, you don't have to deal with anything. You just get another one
Yeah.
because they're all right there.
They're all right there, and if you have options, then it's like the one you're with right now, she doesn't have any room to make mistake. That doesn't mean you can't make mistakes per se, Like, let's get something straight here. You're not a dictator either. So, like, you have responsibility as well. You can't be a fat piece of shit trying to lead anybody. That doesn't happen. You're not gonna be a fat boy trying to lead your girl.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing, bro. You turn into a piece of shit at that point. You turn into an abusive piece of shit at that point. If you're fat and you're undisciplined and you're like, well, I'm the man and you gotta listen to me. Why is she gonna listen to you, bruh?
You can't listen to you.
No. And you got tits, just like her.
Yeah, both got tits.
Yeah, both got
4
tits.
pairs of tits.
Well, 2 pair of tits, but 4 tits total.
4 tits.
That's embarrassing.
Well, could be 4 pair of tits.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Depending on how you.
But there won't be because you're fat.
Yeah. And that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So, 10th point, her career doesn't matter to you. Your wallet doesn't matter to her. Break that down for us, T.
Her career, nobody gives a shit. Don't be a whore. Next point. Your wallet doesn't matter to her. I think that should say your wallet does matter to her.
Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, autocorrect. Yeah. Her career doesn't matter to you. Your wallet does, in fact, matter to her. No doubt. I mean, yeah. A man wants a loyal woman. A woman that's loving and wants to have his children. Assuming you're the type of man that we want to be. And that we are. And that we strive to be. Like, I don't know about you, bro, but I really don't give a shit what my woman wants out of her career. Like, if she wants to have fun with it and everything, like, okay, say my girl wants to teach history at a school. I don't give a shit. It's like, if you want to do that, the number one priority you should have is taking care of our kids, taking care of my kids, and upholding your half of the relationship. And in my opinion, in fact, this is a relationship I want, that's what my woman is going to prioritize. She's going to prioritize taking care of our kids, my kids, and upholding her end of the relationship. And then if there's time available, then, I mean, go pursue passion. Because, look, it's not like I'm doing what I want, per se. I'm always going to prioritize what needs to be done before doing what I want to do. So why should anything be different with the woman that I'm sharing life with? It doesn't. It doesn't work that way. And if I'm leading a relationship, it's going to be you're prioritizing raising the kids and keeping up with the household and the rest of it and being a traditional woman as I'm being a traditional man before you go pursue whatever you want to do. Because that shit doesn't matter. That's not how the world works. You do what you have to do before you do what you want to do.
Yep, that's all we got for you guys.
That's it. And thanks for tuning into the Raw Dogs podcast. We're going to keep getting better. We're going to keep showing you guys how to level up. And we love you guys. If you're here watching, we absolutely love you guys. We're here to provide as much value as possible. And we'll see you on the next episode. I'm Chris.
I'm TJ. Peace.
Peace.